Rachel McAdams rocked her new red hair on Jimmy Kimmel last night and promoted To the Wonder, her upcoming film with director Terrence Malick. Malick is known for making films that are pretty tripped out, and Rachel shared a similar experience that went down when her local grocer prescribed marijuana to help her with her insomnia.
I was totally hallucinating, and I'm just laying there like cursing him. I can't believe this is happening. And then I started to hear opera. And for like 5 hours.
Joining me to discuss the latest on Rachel is entertainment reporter Molly Goodson.
Hi.
So, Molly, this is kind of a departure, of course, from the usual stories we hear when Rachel's on a talk show. It's not usually this edgy.
It's true. Rachel is pretty well known as a good girl.
Right. Very sweet, mild-mannered.
And, of course, even her story about marijuana is, like, pretty low-key.
Yeah.
You know, she lives a pretty quiet life in Canada. She has not moved to LA. She says she rides her bike everywhere. She just stays pretty local, stays pretty quiet. So, you know, this is a wild night for Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, luckily, I mean, it's Canada, so it's legal, right?
Yes, of course.
And the one thing, of course, you know, she can avoid a lot of paparazzi in Canada. It's not like that's a hotbed for that.
It's true. She also joked that paparazzi don't make quite a very good living in Canada, though we do see her from time to time riding her bike around town. So, you know, she's telling us the truth about that.
The one thing, though, that does get her a lot of attention is whenever she gets a new dye job.
It's true. She does change her look from time to time. You know, actually, she recently did go through a breakup, so perhaps she wants to try out something new with the red hair, which looks gorgeous, of course, with the purple outfit. She's also iconically a blonde, but has done many different colors to brunette, and also had her hair pink for a while back when she was with Ryan Gosling, so you never know what to expect from Rachel.
Yeah, she's a bit of a chameleon when it comes to the hair color. Okay, so the reason she was on Jimmy Kimmel, of course, is to promote To the Wonder, which is in theaters this Friday, April 12th. What can you tell us about this new Terrence Malick film?
Well, as you said, it's a Terrence Malick film, so it's weird.
It's weird. That's like where you start. That's kind of the baseline when it comes to something Malick's done.
You know, it's very visually interesting, but also very quiet. There's not much dialogue at all in the whole film. It actually first started making the festival rounds last year. Our entertainment reporter, Shannon Vestal, got to see it at the Toronto Film Festival. And I remember speaking to her about it and saying it's very quiet. You sort of have to let it wash over you. I mean, Rachel herself describes it as sort of poetry in motion on screen. She co-stars with Ben Affleck in this movie, as well as Olga Kurylenko, who is Tom Cruise's Oblivion leading lady. Javier Bardem also has a part in this film. So it's a great cast. But a quiet,
more subdued film.
And of course, Terrence Malick is very famous for his movies like, sorry, I'm blanking, The Tree of Life with Brad Pitt. So, you know, you sort of expect sort of odd scenes. I mean, the clip that they showed in this, they were surrounded by buffalo. So it should be an interesting movie. Good date night, maybe.
And it was really interesting, too, because this was Roger Ebert's last review, actually.
Yes, it was his final review. His review before that was actually for The Host, so, you know, it's good that his final review was actually for a very artsy movie from Andre.
Yeah, it seems more fitting that it was Terrence Malick, since he was a great admirer of his. Okay, so what's up next for Rachel? Will we be seeing her in more films this year?
Well, Rachel likes to stay busy, and we have a few projects coming up from her. The first one we'll see is yet another time travel film.
Okay.
It's called About Time. This one's actually a comedy, which is a little different than her other time travel films, like The Time Traveler's Wife, which of course is heartbreakingly sad, and Midnight in Paris, which is, you know, quirky Woody Allen movie. Gotcha.
She's kind of cornered the market.
It's
she
true.
is like, if you need a leading lady for time travel,
It's
you go to Rachel McAdams.
or hair color change.
Yeah, obviously. Okay, and then there's one more film.
She has another film coming out called A Most Wanted Man, which is a political thriller with Philip Seymour Hoffman. So we'll see that before the end of the year as well.
Okay, well, we'll have to see if she changes her hair, you know, in between for all of this promotional stuff for these new films. Thanks so much for the update, Molly.
Thank you.